lighting webinar. This month we're going to be talking about choosing consoles and moving lights. And we're just going to give it a minute or two more because we've still got people logging on. Want to give them all a chance to join us, but we will be getting things started in the next moment or two. For any of you during the course of the webinar that have any technical difficulties regarding either audio or video, the best solution, because it's really on the go-to-webinar end that we might be having problems, is just to log off and log back onto the session. That seems to be the best solution. Hopefully everybody's able to hear me, and we'll get started in a moment. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started, and people can join us as we move along. I noted from taking a quick look at the attendees list that many of you have been with us for past events, so you're familiar with the format. For those of you who aren't, I'll do a brief run-through on the beginning so you'll know what to anticipate. As I mentioned, we're going to be covering how to choose consoles and moving lights, taking a look at some of the latest trends in the marketplace. For those of you who haven't attended in the past or would like to see a repeat broadcast of this event, the webinars are available at the Creative Stage Lighting website at creativestagelighting.com/podcast. And this includes all of the previous webinars on converging technologies, LED, and a couple of the ones that we did on lighting design considerations. So we welcome you to log on, participate in those. They're available both online and also as a download, so you can download them to your iPod and view them as a podcast. A couple of things before we get started to give us a better idea of how to best meet your needs and address things. We'd like to go through a couple of quick polling questions for you. This just gives us an idea of what your interests are. You can actually poll right online just to give us an idea of what the audience mix is. Our first polling question is, what area are you most interested in? Are you looking at lighting consoles and controls, moving lights? You're interested in information about static fixtures, source boards, LECOs, etc. Are you interested in LED lighting? Are you interested in other? Now, today's major focus, obviously, is going to be lighting consoles and moving lights, but your answers here will also help us to determine formats and content for future events. So I'll give you a couple additional minutes to cast your votes. We've got about 75% of you already cast your votes, so we'll give you another second to do that, and then we'll get this poll closed out, and we'll give you some idea of what the audience mix is like. Okay, so basically, the statistics are telling us that 54% of you are here to find out more about lighting consoles and controls. 29% of you are here to hear more about moving lights. 4% are interested in various types of static fixtures, 13% in LED, and 0% in other. So that gives us an idea of both what your interests are here today and where to focus, and also where we want to go moving forward. Okay, second question we had for you is, what type of organization are you a part of? Are you part of a touring or production company? Are you part of a theater, a school, college, or university, or a church or house of worship? We should have probably had an other category in there, but feel this one's fairly representative. Give you another minute to go ahead and cast your votes here, and then we'll share the results with you on that. And I want to thank everybody for participating. We're getting over 90+% response ratio, so that's it's a real good indicator for us. In terms of the actual audience mix, 51% of you are part of touring or production companies. 21% of you are part of a theater or theater group, or that's where your primary interest is. 18% in school, colleges, and universities, and 12% in church or house of worship. Okay, and our last question for you is, what's your current role in your organization? Are you a lighting designer, lighting technician? Are you the purchasing or decision maker? Or are you the ultimate end user? So in the case of a church, that could be the person who has to come in on Sunday to start the lighting show before services. The person responsible for running the light show at the school, somebody other than, say, the lighting designer or the technician. Okay, on that one we actually got a 94% ratio, and 71% of you are lighting designers, 56% lighting technicians, 55% the purchaser or the decision maker, and 37% the end user. So that gives us a pretty good idea of the mix. Obviously, there's some crossover in there, but we appreciate your participation. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started with the rest of our webinar. Let me give you a little bit of an idea of who today's presenters are. Michael Nevitt is actually a member of the Creative Stage Lighting family. He came on board as a product manager for high-end technologies, lighting consoles, moving lights, wireless technologies, things of that nature. Michael has his master's degree in fine arts from UCLA. He's also done extensive design and automated lighting programming for things like the Grinch, Batman and Robin, the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, and Miss Congeniality. In addition, on live events, he's done things like the Salt Lake Olympics, the Super Bowl halftime show, and the Ryder Cup. And Michael also brings product management experience from his time at Martin, where he was the product manager for the Martin Maxxyz and Maxedia media servers. Broad background there, brings extensive knowledge and hopefully a lot of good input into today's content. Our guest speaker today is Joel Young. Michael describes him as an old guy with a lot of shows under his belt. His credits are numerous. He's worked as a designer and a programmer for many of the biggest names in the concert touring business. Just a couple of the artists that Joel has worked with include Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, a recent project with Lionel Richie, and Joel has a degree in theater design from the University of Arizona. So we'd like to welcome both Michael and Joel and thank them for being here with us today. Okay, so some topics that we're going to spotlight today include, what does your production require? Taking a little bit of a look at the venue itself. What are you looking to accomplish, and what kind of considerations should you be planning for? Planning for future growth. As we're moving forward and technology's advancing, how do we make sure we're making the right type of purchasing and or rental decisions to support the venue or the event that we're involved with? Networking your venue or production. A lot of technology considerations going on there. We'll address that. And also green or not green. The whole LED versus conventional lighting controversy. So that's enough for